Hi. Headaches are common, but many people don't realize how serious they can be too. A minor headache often goes away with some food or a short rest or coffee, right? But if when it becomes more like a nuisance, like you have headache every day or every week, then you should be you should be seeing a doctor, because it might potentially be an existing or a more severe headache ailment that you like stroke risk factor that you don't know. And sometimes it's not going to manifest themselves after a long period of time without any treatment. So early detection is important. Hi, welcome to Stress Out Stress Free. If you haven't met yet, my name is Vincent Woon. We help people like you stay stress free by changing one habit at a time. Okay, today we are going to talk about types of headaches, the cause, and the symptoms. All right, actually, we have it here. Oops, 1 second. I was testing it and I didn't change it back. It's okay. All right, let's go. So we have a lot of stuff that we go through, right? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about types of headache, what causes it, and the symptoms, of course. So let's see what are the types of headaches we have. Oops. Okay. What are the types of headaches we have? What is headache, right? So a headache is a pain, discomfort on the head or the face. Sometimes it varies from a location to location, depends on how intense it is, how intense of the pain is, and how often it occurs. The brain tissue doesn't have a pain sensitive nerve fiber, but that means it doesn't feel any pain. But then other parts of your head will feel or responsible for the headache. Sometimes it's a network of nerves extended over the scalp, or nerve in the face, the mouth, or your throat, and sometimes muscles of the head, the neck, and the shoulder, and blood vessel found you know uh, along the surface of the base of the brain. So let's see how what are the or headaches are generally break into classification. So headaches are generally classified by the cause. Okay, so we have primary headaches. What is primary headache? What is primary and secondary, right? Okay, so primary headache is basically primary headache is caused by primary headache is caused by overactivities or a problem that with a pain sensitive structure in your head. So basically you have a chemical activity in your brain, nerve, or blood cell surrounding the skull or the muscle of your head, and head and neck. Sometimes the combination of both. So that's how it plays. Give you a headache, right? So or sometimes it's some people carry genes that make them more likely to develop such headache. And these are, let's see, what how do you call it? what types of primary headache there are, right? Primary headache is what is in that category, right? So migraine is part of primary headache. Okay, so what is migraine, right? migraine, you know, have have a, of course you feel headaches, right? And also you have symptoms like you feel nauseating and sometimes uh, vomiting, and also lightness, head lightness in the head lightheadedness, and sensitive to light, like photophobia. Sometimes a lot of people, a lot of migraine people with migraine can stand the light, or sometimes they have visual symptoms. Typically occurs with migraine. So migraine have few phases, and you know most not all people will have it, but not all people will have all the phases, but some people might. Okay, so these are the phases of migraine. And first one is premonition or prodromal phase. Premonition premonition or prodromal phase. What that means is simply, in plain English, is changes in mood and behavior may occur hours or days before the headache. So it's like a kind of like a pre-warning symptom, right? So let you know, oh no, the migraine headache is coming. So and then it moves to the aura place. Aura place is a group of visual, sensory, or motor system that will precede the headache. For example, you have like visual changes, hallucination, sometimes numbness, changes in speech, and weak muscle. All right. From there, we move on from the aura phase. We move on to headache phase. Headache phase is when you actually feel the throbbing pain. Sometimes it's one side or both sides of the head, and this is when you feel the sensitivity of light and motion, and sometimes and usually pretty it will make you feel depressed, fatigued, and have anxiety. So then that's the headache phase. So then we move to the resolution phase. Resolution phase, is pain become lessened, which is like coming down now, but it may be replaced by fatigue. Sometimes you feel irritable and trouble concentrating, and sometimes people will feel like pop right away, and after the attack, and nothing happened. All right. So let's see. That's migraine, and let's move to the next one, which is tension headache. Tension headache, right? So what is tension headache? Tension headache normally stress. It's a common headache, number one, and it basically stress and tightens the muscle of tension headache cause like you get tension, right? So it number one, it doesn't feel, you just get a pain, so you don't get nauseating, you don't get nausea or vomiting or sensitive to light, like what you get in the migraine, right? So we're gonna move to cluster headache. Cluster headache, it says here cluster. So cluster headache is the most common symptom of a cluster headache, and this is the most common one. So it may occurs in a series, or that may can last weeks or months. So cluster headache is the really pain in the head, right? So the symptoms are like severe pain on one side of the head, but usually it's behind the eye. Okay, and it will affect the eye, and the eye become red and watery, and sometimes even like drooping, and your pupil will be small. Your pupil turns small, and it creates swelling in the eyelid, and also what happens is since it's behind the eye, it hits your sinus too, and you're gonna have runny nose, or sometimes you feel congestion on your nose, right? And swelling in the forehead, So let's look at a few of the what's a few of other primary headaches. Okay. Okay. I thought I was there. All right. Okay, we look at a few primary headache, but less common. So, what would be a primary headache that's like less common? Let's see. Chronic daily headache. So, chronic daily headache is, you get chronic migraine, chronic tension headaches. So those are chronic chronic daily headaches. Okay, so we also have cough headache. Do you ever cough sometimes, and and then you get a headache, right? So this also not only triggers by cough headache. This might also includes when you sneeze, you blow your nose, even laughing or crying. You feel that headache. Singing, or sometimes not that your singing is giving a headache, but you sing and you get a headache. Not your singing that cause other people headaches. And also bending over or having a bowel movement. Have you tried that before? Like you try to push it too hard, and it's just giving you a headache, right? So, and also let's see, what else? Exercise headache. Sometimes exercise headaches can be exercise headache. Can cause when you do strenuous exercise, like such activities like running, rowing, playing tennis, swimming, and weightlifting. So that creates some exercise headache. All right, and last but not least is sex headache. What do you mean by sex headache, right? Yeah, it's like sex headache doesn't mean that oh, honey, I have a headache, I can have sex today. No. That's a excuse. Okay, sex headache. It happens. It rarely happens. But some people have this headache. What it is caused by sexual activity, actually doing it. Okay, so especially when you experience orgasms, you might get a dull headache, a dull ache in the head, neck, and that when your sexual excitement increases, or it may be also a sudden severe headache just before or during orgasm. So that's what we call the sex headache. Okay, all right. So let's go to see. We already saw some the primary headaches, right? So these are also, what you're gonna do is you're gonna see what triggers all these primary headaches. It can what are the triggers, right? Let's see. The triggers is if you drink, could be primary headaches can be triggered by alcohol, especially red wine. Okay, and then it also could be triggered by certain food, such as processed meat that has contained nitrate. That's what I always say. Don't touch processed food, because number one, is too salty, and with nitrate in there too, and it's just no good for your head and over good for your body, because headache, right? So, and changes in sleep or lack of sleep. That's why I always said sleep. Make sure you sleep the right time and then wake up at the right time. Like last night I slept a little bit. Today I'm feeling it, so I need to make sure I have to sleep on time and wake up on time. I wake up on time, but then I sleep less, so I feel the effect of it. Actually, yeah, I was sitting down just now earlier. I feel like my head I was like little dizzy, so I start breathing and I work on myself, and it just go away. So yes, could be scary, because as you know, right, I have high blood pressure and stuff like this, like little aches and pain. You have to be aware and be careful, because if not, you might end up in hospital. Okay, all right. I always say that poor posture also will triggers that. Why? Think about it. If you're sitting down, right? If you sit, your posture is not right. Basically, you're sitting on a seat bone. When you sit on a seat bone, you're slouching, right? When you're slouching, you're actually putting pressure on the vertebrae, and the vertebrae has the nerves that goes through the vertebrae will cause the pain, right? So when you sit properly, you have a good posture. There's nothing pushing onto the vertebrae and nothing affecting the nerve ending, so it will be better. So that's why posture is good. I will explain more, because with poor posture also, it will stop the flow of qi. Let's think about it, right? There's meridians running in front of your body, the back of your body, all over your body. So if meridians is where the qi move around your body, so if you block certain area, let's say your posture is not good, you block your lower back, and then you block because you're hunching, you block the vertebrae, the nerves coming out from your neck, upper back, and what happens to that? The energy flow doesn't go. So even that energy flow doesn't flow properly, the qi is not moving. That creates pain and aches, and that's why people get pains and don't know why either. Okay, all right, and the next triggers that causes the primary headaches is also if you skip a meal. Make sure you sometimes you feel like do you have food headache, right? It's like, I'm getting a headache, or you hangry, you feel angry because and then you get a headache, right? Because you didn't eat. So so don't skip a meal, right? Make sure you know your body. Your body will tell you, hey, time to go eat. Don't push yourself I can wait for a little longer. But that's what happened. People get food headache too, right? And of course, stress. Try to stay stress free or stay in a no stress zone as you go along the day. You can just always take a break when you're working, so you're not getting too much pressure, and also not that too much pressure. Always take a break. Why? Because you're focusing too much on the basically people work in front of a computer now, or even you're doing other stuff. You need to take a break, because that will tell your body like, okay, I take a break, and I have to then I will refocus. So it helps refresh the brain and your system. So that's why you need to stay stress free. All right. So let's move into what they have here. Secondary headaches. Secondary headaches. What are secondary headaches? Secondary headaches have symptom of disease that can activate, pain sensitiveness to the head. Any number of conditions varying from a great severity or may caused by secondary headache. So secondary headache can be acute sinusitis, the nasal and your sinus infection, or you can have a brain tumor or dehydration. I always say, always drink a lot of water. Make sure you have water next to you. Keep yourself hydrated. Why? Because think about it. I think it's about 75 or 95%, 75 to 90, I'm not sure. It's 95% of your body is water, right? So if you don't keep on drinking water, you will not help you to work, right? And also, when I was in hospital for the my prostate surgery, so what happened was I went in there. They put a IV straight into my left hand, and then they said, don't be aware when you wake up, your right hand is gonna get one too. Then she explained why. I'm like, huh? Why? Right? Why can't you put two IV now? Because maybe they don't want me to feel the pain. When I go into surgery, they just put me to sleep. So, anyways, so she explained that this I'm gonna put the is it saline? Yeah, they're gonna drip something in there, basically dripping water into your body. So the reason for the second one is so that your muscle won't dehydrate. Because when your muscle dehydrate, then you can create a lot of aches and pains. So that's why dehydration is very, very dangerous. And also make sure you drink water. Even sometimes you think you have enough, but look at your lips and look at your skin. If your skin is dry, maybe it's not enough water. Okay, and maybe your lips is cracked or dry, that means it's not enough water. So make sure you drink 8 ounces of water, 8 glass, 8 ounce. So depends on your body, but 8 ounce, 8 glass is good. And it's also good. It's also good that too many it's also good that when you are working, when you drink a lot of water, right? You have to go to the bathroom, right? That helps for you to take breaks. That's why you drink water too, so that way you can at least take a break from work. As I said earlier, so you can walk away from your workstation or what you were doing, and then come back again and stay refocused. Okay, I always use this scenario, like when I was in corporate America, people take cigarette breaks. Right? I don't know if you are allowed to take cigarette breaks anymore. A lot of people are working differently now. Anyways, those smokers will take a break. They go downstairs or go to the designated smoking area and just to smoke, right? Why can't we work and take a water break, a bathroom break, or a snack break, right? It's the same thing, because going downstairs and going to the smoking designated area takes more time to go to the bathroom or go grab a snack from the snack machine or something, right? So anyways, so it's good to take a break. Let's make sure you take breaks. So, okay. And what happened? Okay. We are talking about dehydration. So that's what triggers all this. Anyways, drink a lot of water, right? Water. But stay away from caffeine though. Caffeine, although you think it might be water, but it dehydrates you instead of hydrate you. So, all right. The next cause of secondary secondary headache is ear infection in the middle of the ear, okay? And also glaucoma, Hangovers also create headaches, right? High blood pressure or hypertension. Yes. Okay. So be careful with this because your blood pressure is high. Sometimes you might just get stroke and no headache. But just have to be aware that high blood pressure will cause headache too. MSG. Yes. Some people are allergic to MSG, right? When they eat MSG, they get headache, right? So secondary causes of headache can be also caused by panic attacks or panic disorder, okay? Or medication overuse headaches, okay? Some people take too much medication and you have a headache. And sinus headache, we talked about it earlier, we didn't talk about it, we talked about cluster headache. Sinus headaches is the inflammation or congestion of the sinus cavity. And spinal headache, caused by low pressure of volume of cerebral spinal fluid, possibly result by the cerebral spinal leaks and the spinal tap and also spinal anesthesia. Okay, all right. So let's see. Let's go to what are the symptoms of. Okay. What are the symptoms of headache? So did I miss some? Oh, all right. I was supposed to go to this slide. I forgot. Sinus, brain tumor, dehydration. All right, we missed the slide, but it's okay. All right. Okay, so let's go and see what are the symptoms of a headache. So let me know in the chat what are the symptoms of a headache. So you have slow onset of headache, and then head usually hurts on both sides. Secondary. This is secondary. These are the symptoms of headache, right? So, pain and dull or feel like a band around your head or a vice that they put around your head, right? And then the pain involves the back part of your head and your neck. So those are like tension pains, back part of the neck and the head and the neck, and then pain mild to moderate but not severe. So also you have symptoms that may suggest more serious headache, which is worst headache ever, a new type of headache, right? And recurring headaches in children, and also headaches that starts early in the morning, and headaches that follows head injury. Okay, so those you have to be careful because you get after head injury you get headaches. That means something is wrong inside, right? All right, pain that worsen by strain, such as a cough or a sneeze. So that's the cough caused by the cough headache. Yeah, vomiting without not being nausea. Okay, so and sudden onset of pain. Headaches that becoming more severe and continuously. You have to be careful. Personalities changes and seizure. So those are the symptoms of headache. So let's see when is the best time to call the doctor. Doctor, where are you, right? All right, when's time to call the doctor? Let me know in the chat, and if you're watching after this, no problem. Let me know too. So we are talking, and if you have any questions, please put in the chat and let me know. All right. So when to call the doctor, right? When you have severe headache accompanied by stiff neck, maybe fever, vomiting, nausea, convulsion, shortness of breath. Shortness of breath, that's the first thing they say. Don't even call the doctor. Go call 911, right? And confusion, muscular weakness, sometimes double vision, and last but not least, change in level of consciousness. So these are things that you have to be aware of yourself. If you have a headache, make sure that your neck is not stiff, you have fever, or if you're nauseated, try even if you want to feel vomiting, shortness of breath, and just be aware if you have headaches. So, all right, that concludes what I have to share today, and let's see if you have any question in the chat. Okay, no question. That's good. You guys are perfect. Anyways, all right. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this, information, if you know that someone can benefit from it, just share with them. Okay, let them know. And if you want and you love our show or presentation or the info we have here, please you can support us as buymeacoffee.com/Vincent Woon. The description is the link is down in the description below, or I'm gonna put one up here so that it's easier for you to go right into the link. So you can support us one time, or you can support us as monthly. Okay, all right, and you can also go to get our merchandise. Okay, we have at Press and Soul /stress-out-stress-free. Again, the link to the link to the store is in the description below, so you can check that out and support us through that way. All right. Okay. And once again, I want to thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to stay stress-free by changing one habit at a time, and I see you in the next video. You can also reach us as Stress Out Stress Free on Facebook and also Instagram and Vincent Woon and in Twitter and LinkedIn. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check this video right there, up here. All right. Don't forget to like the video.